Welcome for this session on the market review. And today we are going to see what was the week, which was the third week of 2022, which was ended on Friday, 22nd of January. Okay, so my name is Paresh Desai. I'm a chartered accountant and I'm from Sankalp Eduventture. So this is one program which I take almost every week since last so many months, right? So I hope you like this market review session. And if you liked it, don't forget to comment on it, or you can even like it and share it with your friends. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to this channel. Okay, so let us begin with the market review. So the market, I was sharing the screen with you, or this is the market for yesterday. So कल का जो market review था, which was the today, yesterday it has formed a doji. So it is almost like opened and close was almost similar, right? So that is the reason why I found a doji, a neutral candle. And this is somewhere near the support. So obviously, since being technical, we are working on supports and resistances. So ये एक support के पास अगर price आ गई है, so let us see how this support is going to act for us. Okay, तो ये एक support यहाँ पर पकड़ते हैं. So this support is going to be over here. Now, what the market does after this will have to be seen. Okay, so whether it's taking support over here, यहाँ पे support लेके price वापस ऊपर जाती है, या whether it is going to take support somewhere else. Like I always say, that trade what you see, right? So आपको जैसे दिखेगा वैसे trade करना है. Don't expect the market to move as per your expectations. Okay, तो normally हमारा expectations होता है कि जैसे मैंने खरीदा प्लस market ऊपर जाना चाहिए, और मैंने बेचा तो बस it has to go up from there. But many times those who don't follow the market, or those who don't follow what is called as what is being taught in the technicals, they would be expecting this, buying over here and expecting the market to go up, or probably when it comes here for a support and then selling expecting कि यहाँ से price नीचे जाएगी. तो वैसे होता ही ऐसा नहीं है, right? So what I follow, one simple principle is trade what you see. जैसे यहाँ पर if somebody had seen what was the trend line, which was this trend line over here, okay, there was a sell signal right here because this is like a evening star. Okay, and then technicals are going to tell you what to do. Okay, as I always say that the charts are going to speak to you once you practice sufficient into this market. Okay, तो यहाँ पर एक trend line breakdown हुआ था. तो trend line breakdown के बाद the price had come down, okay, from here, what, around 18,100 came to 17,600. So almost like what? How many more points from here? 18,100, 17, so around 500-600 points down from the day it gave an indication. तो अगर आप conservative हो तो you could have exited here, right here itself. कि नहीं यहाँ पर एक conservative एक sell signal दिया हुआ. Okay, but if you are aggressive and if you want to wait, then, and if you are also a long-term investor, then you can wait for the price to probably come here and then see. One thing which you always have to see is how is the trend. यहाँ पर trend जो दिख रहा है आपको, वो trend is still up. Okay, तो ये जो मैंने trend line draw किया हुआ है वो weekly में भी दिख रहा है. So what we see is that the trend is up and it has given you a higher lows only. So जब तक till the time the price is well above this, I don't think there could be much problem. Okay, अगर इसके नीचे जाता है then we can be bearish. Secondly, we could be bearish if the price comes inside this trend line. क्योंकि अगर यहाँ पर एक breakout हुआ है, तो ये breakout के बाद I would expect that the price would honor this breakout, and if it has come for a retest, यहाँ पर retest होके शायद ऊपर जा सकते हैं. So you can look out for retest levels somewhere around next week, somewhere 17,200 के आसपास. So probably 1 or 2 days it might gap down and come down and take a support of this, or if this itself is the support, then price might go. Okay, we work on next 100 meters, next 200 meters. Okay, so you can't see the entire road till your destination. Okay, if you say no, let all the signals become green, then I'll leave from my house. That is not possible. Not even practically in practical life also, neither in the market. So यहाँ पर आपको 100 meters दिखेगा, next 200 meters दिखेगा, which will tell you what to do. Okay, and once it is clear what is to be done, you can take that action. But the problem is कि action लेने का भी दिखता है. Okay, many times, many of you who understand the technicals, you see that there is a sell sign also, but then something stops कि नहीं यहाँ पर with the hope that नहीं यहाँ से price ऊपर जाए. So if you are not following the technicals and you are expecting that some miracle will happen and then the price will go up, that miracle will happen, but only probably 10% of the times. 90% of the times the market is going to give you indications and then it is going to follow up on that indications. Okay, तो अगर जैसे यहाँ पर एक डेली में यहाँ पर एक ट्रेंड लाइन ब्रेकडाउन हुआ था तो उसके बाद the price came down, but still someone who knows technicals, many of the people who know technical, they have not still exited and thinking, you know, the price is going to go up. Okay, so if you are a positional trader, then it is better to exit. If you are a long-term investor or thoda aapka, and also if your capital amount is not so great, you can always wait, because यहाँ पर मैंने जैसे बोला यहाँ पर trend has not changed. Can you see? Always there will be some correction. यहाँ पे भी correction, ये भी correction ही है. तो correction के बाद काफी बार ऐसे होता है कि the price breaks out and then there is a retest. So if you find that 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, if the price was up from 16,400 to 18,400, how much is that? 2,000 points on 16,000. So that is more than what? Approximately 14-15%. And so if the market is going 14-15%, thoda to retracement hota hai, and that is the normal way how the markets behave. Okay, so everything is normal as of now, which is the trend is still positive as I see it from here. And from after this, what we'll see is if what is happening from here. Okay, so this is what we can understand from the market. यहाँ पर एक trend line breakout हुआ था और यहाँ पर retest के लिए यहाँ तक भी आता है, still it is okay. As long as it is staying above this, it is fine. If it does not take a support of this, then we'll see what to do. Okay, we'll cross the bridge when we come to it. So यहाँ से अगर यहाँ से नीचे cross होता है, then we'll decide what to do. Okay, because there are so many possibilities, and your what if analysis has to be ready. अगर यहाँ से breakdown होगा तो क्या करेंगे? यहाँ से ऊपर जाते तो क्या करेंगे? Sideways जाते तो क्या करेंगे? So what if analysis is very important, and that will be of use to you only if you have done that analysis. Suddenly, like you get up in the morning and they say, okay, I want to trade now. वैसे trading नहीं होता है, वैसे investing नहीं होता है. One day prior, you have to make an analysis about the stocks and see how the market is doing, how the individual stocks are performing, and then decide, okay, that this is what I will do in these three circumstances. Okay, so at any point of time for the following day, you have got these three possibilities. One is the market going up, another is market going down, and the third is market going sideways. So just see whether you have got the what if analysis ready for all these three scenarios. अगर ये तीनों सिनारियोस के बारे में आपने पहले से ही सोचा हुआ है, and then in the morning next day when you go and see, okay, yes, now scenario number 1, what am I going to do if it goes up? Scenario number 2, what am I going to do if it goes sideways? Scenario number 3, what am I going to do if the market goes still down? So वो scenario अगर ready है तो ही आप अच्छी तरह से trade कर सकते हो and invest कर सकते हो. Okay, so this is about Nifty. Now let us take some sectoral indices like Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty also, if you see similar condition where there was a breakout a few days back, the breakout के बाद वापस price as if it is coming down, but then it is still given a higher high and it should probably give a higher low also. So ये trend अभी भी positive है. Can you see this was this high which was there when the trend was down? Bank Nifty has made a higher high. तो अगर यहाँ पर एक higher high बनाया हुआ है, that shows that the trend is still positive. Let us see, go and see on weekly what is it. On weekly, this is what I see since the time the price started going up. Okay, और यहाँ से अगर मैं एक छोटा सा लंबा वाला trend line भी अगर draw करूँ, then this trend line, if you see here, there was a very good support over here, which was of 2-3 weeks back. There was a support and the price is going up. So the trend is still up. That is what my assessment is of the charts as per the technical principles. ठीक है, तो technical principles के हिसाब से अभी भी trend ऊपर है, और अगर इसके नीचे जाता तो फिर देखेंगे, right? So Bank Nifty is good, Nifty is good. Let us see other indices like Nifty Metal. So Nifty Metal जब हम देखते हैं तो let us see how is Nifty Metal doing. So Nifty Metal is also almost like similar. So there was like this sideways movement and then there is a breakout. Okay, तो ये flag pattern जो हमने देखा है वो flag pattern के हिसाब से यहाँ से this will be like a breakout of this sideways movement. So since a long time, almost like what if I'm on weekly, this thing, it is from almost like from May 2021. So almost like you'd say 7, 6, 7, 8 months, Nifty Metal was sideways, metal stocks. और अभी यहाँ पर breakout होके थोड़ा retest ये भी हो सकता है, retest होके and then it might go up. Okay, so इतने टाइम से अगर sideways है और थोड़ा breakout होता है तो एक retest काफी बार बनता है. Okay, so and if you see individual stocks like let us say Hindustan, Hindalco and all, so Hindalco is much better than what you see is the Nifty Metal. So Nifty Metal was sideways since May, and if you see Hindalco in May was somewhere over here. Okay, and right now it is 506. So Hindalco is actually an overperformer as compared to the market, which is the Nifty Metal. Okay, so metal sectors में Hindalco is doing better than the Nifty Metal. So obviously, when you are selecting any stock, I would advise you, I would suggest you that go for something which is better than the market. अगर market से अच्छा कर रहा है, market means that sector, if it is doing better than that sector, then that stock should be one which you should be going for. Okay, जैसे यहाँ पर आपको weekly में morning star मिला, this was a very good entry around 440, 450 levels for a stock like Hindalco. Okay, so this was Nifty Metal. Let us go to some other sectors like Nifty Auto and see what Nifty Auto is doing. So Nifty Auto में जब भी हम चलते हैं, so Nifty Auto is also still above this high price of somewhere around February 2021. एक साल पहले का एक high था, और this is another high. So last 3-4 weeks it was up, and 1 week it is like neutral candle as of now. Hopefully this also looks good, because अगर एक low देखेंगे, if you see the lows are getting higher and higher. Okay, तो ये अगर मैं low पकड़ता हूँ, this low is higher low, higher low, higher low, and this is also higher low. So trend यहाँ से यहाँ, although ऐसा लगता है कि यहाँ पर sideways है, but still it is making progress. It is, the lows are getting higher and higher. So if this is the case, then I would still call this as a uptrend, not a sideways movement. Sideways movement में वापस again the price comes to the same lows. यहाँ पर वैसे नहीं हो रहा है, यहाँ पर एक lows भी higher आ रही है. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm still bullish on this sector also, which is Nifty Auto. Let us say Nifty IT. So Nifty IT, what you find is Nifty IT is been like a huge rally from here to here, from 11,000 to what, 40,000. Okay, so 11,000, 10,800, approximately taking us 20,000, 11,000 in March 2020, and now we are in January 2022, and around what, little less than 2 years, or 1 year and 9 months, 8-9 months. So from 10,000 to 40,000. So how much percentage is that? Okay, 300% increase in Nifty IT. So अगर कोई stock 300% return देता है, तो 2 साल भी नहीं हुए, okay, 2 साल के अंदर अगर आपको 300% return मिलता है, right? So if you're getting 300% returns, तो थोड़ा सा तो correction बनता है. So in fact, these are the places one should try to avoid in the sector right now, okay, because it's already heated up. You can always go when, let's say, this goes sideways and then it goes up. So I would suggest that wait for the IT sector right now. IT sector is quite heated and grown quite, I mean, to a very large extent in the last 2 years. Also possibly because of the demand, because of the scenario and the way the businesses are being conducted, that the increase in the demand for the IT sector, that was the reason why you find the 300% growth in just less than 2 years. So अगर यहाँ पर नीचे आता है, look out for good supports or some indication and confirmation. जैसे ये weekly में है और daily में अगर देखता तो यहाँ पर इतना fall है. If you find that, let's say you want to still enter into this stock, so there are still 2 ways which you can do. One is if there is a retest of this and the price goes up, तो ये भी एक retest होगा. So this was to be avoided over here. Okay, you entering over here still is okay. ओके क्योंकि आप नीचे एक करेक्शन के बाद एंटर करते हो, एक सपोर्ट के प्राइस पास आती है तभी एंटर करते हो. सो आई ऑलवेज सजेस्ट 2 एंट्रीज व्हिच आर बेटर देन एनी अदर एंट्रीज. वन इज व्हेन देयर इज अ ब्रेकआउट एंड अनदर व्हेन देयर इज अ रीटेस्ट. तो या तो ब्रेकआउट पे एंटर करो या तो रीटेस्ट पे एंटर करो, व्हिच समटाइम्स इज इवन बेटर देन द रीटेस्ट, क्योंकि यहाँ पर किसी बेटर देन ब्रेकआउट. क्योंकि ब्रेकआउट में अगर एंटर किया किसी ने आफ्टर अ फ्यू डेज अगेन इट इज गोइंग एंड रीटेस्टिंग हियर, but you can't say that which stocks are going to go for retest, which stocks are going to go for are just going to shoot out. Okay, there is no way in which you can find out that which are the stocks which are like that. Out of 10 stocks, my experience, what I see is out of 10 stocks, around 8 to 9 stocks do come back for a retest of the breakout levels. एक आध दो ऐसे होते हैं जो breakout होके they are like breakaway and then they just go on up and up. Okay, तो यहाँ पर IT, Nifty IT has broken out and again it is coming back at the similar level. So any support over here or over here with indication and confirmation. Don't try to catch a falling knife just because the price is coming down. Many people think that okay, यहाँ पे price नीचे आ रहा है, सस्ता हो रहा है. Okay, जैसे for example for Infosys what is happening. If I see in Infosys, it is quite similar. Okay, from 1960 it is available at 1800, available at 1850, available at what 1750. So buying over here would be like catching a falling knife. Let it fall and always try to catch the price on its way up. थोड़ा महंगा मिलेगा तो भी चलेगा. Don't try to catch a falling knife. No, let me catch this is the lowest, assuming that this is the lowest it can go. And then the logical thinking comes at और कितना गिर सकता है, यहाँ से already तो इतना गिरा है. But there is no bottom which you have seen. यहाँ पर if you are someone entering over here, let us say over here, he at least sees that the bottom is here. Okay, यहाँ पर bottom दिख रहा है. जैसे आप स्विमिंग पूल में अगर तैरने जाओगे तो आपको where would you like to swim? Would you like to swim in a swimming pool or would you like to swim in deep seas? Deep seas में आपको तो you are not going to see where the bottom is, right? So there it is more risky. I mean, you don't know till where you're going to go. लेकिन स्विमिंग पूल पता है, ठीक है, चलो it is 6 feet deep, 8 feet deep. You see the bottom. Yes, I know that bottom is here. That means you can't the anything which you're putting it can't sink below that. But that's not the case in deep seas. So similarly, यहाँ पर I don't know where the bottom is. So let the bottom be made. जैसे यहाँ पर एक bottom बन गया, यहाँ पर एक bottom मिला, तो bottom पता है मुझे यहाँ पर कहाँ पर है. Okay, and accordingly I'm going to trade if only when I get some indication or confirmation. Remember those 4 words which I always say: indication, confirmation, and your reward and your risk. Okay, or so these 4 are the most important words when it comes to your trading. Not even even your long term as well as your positional trades, or जिसको हम swing trade भी बोलते हैं. So this was for IT sector. Let us go for some other sector, like let us go for Nifty Pharma. Nifty Pharma also, when the pandemic began, there was a huge rally, and after that, if you see, it is quite sideways for a long time. Okay, तो अभी भी एक sideways ये जैसा बन रहा है, and last week also it was a red candle. So let us see till where this is going, क्योंकि एक ट्रेंड लाइन अगर ड्रॉ करते हैं यहाँ पर, if I'm drawing a trend line, a simple trend line probably like this, तो अभी भी एक सपोर्ट I can say like that. जो steeper trend line है वो तो break down हो गया, I mean no doubt about it, but I'm trying to find out if there is any support here. If you draw trend line from here to here, that is very well broken as of now. लेकिन अगर वहां से नीचे यहाँ पर एक सपोर्ट है, and I can also consider this as my resistance, which I would assume कि यहाँ पर एक support के जैसा बन के it might go up. Then I would wait for this red line to cross and go above this. Okay, so any fresh entries would not be advisable until the price goes above this. क्योंकि ये अगर resistance है वो एक support बनना चाहिए था. यहाँ पर एक बार बना है, वहां पर वापस अगर बनता है, then the price goes above it. Then only I would think that pharma sector would be worth entering. Okay, so क्योंकि पहले सेक्टर देखो फिर देन गो इनटू इंडिविजुअल स्टॉक्स. ऐसा भी कर सकते हो कि सेक्टर देखो कि सेक्टर में स्टेबिलिटी है या नहीं, एंड देन गो टू द इंडिविजुअल स्टॉक्स. अगर सेक्टर में स्टेबिलिटी नहीं है, then entering into individual stocks would not make much sense, because ultimately what might happen is that those individual stocks are going to catch up with the sector if the sector is going down. Okay, as we say that when there is a like there's a fire, even the wet stuff will catch fire along with the dry stuff. So अगर स्टॉक अच्छा भी है और अगर सेक्टर भी नीचे आ रहा है, तो the sentiments are going to catch up with that, and even it might be a good stock, but still the price is going to come down. Okay, so this is Nifty Pharma. Then we have seen Nifty IT, we see Nifty Auto. Let us say Nifty FMCG, because Nifty FMCG was something which was down since a long time, और इसका भी एक correction यहाँ पर एक अच्छा हुआ है, and it was like a hammer के बाद यहाँ पर एक like a trend line breakout, and this is a little steeper. Let's see how it looks on the daily time frame. तो ये breakout के बाद अगर retest is little closer here, so retest, after retest, if there is a good move, then probably you can enter with your indication and confirmation. Now let me tell you that I am not into any advisory, so I'm not advising you to buy any stock. Okay, so do it on the basis of the technicals what you have learned, right? Your reward to risk has to be at least three times, तो ही आप trade करो. जैसे अगर three times is your reward as against one time risk, then out of 10 stocks which you take, अगर 5 stocks सही जाते, 5 गलत भी जाते, तो भी आपका you'll always remain in profit. So that's the reason why me being a little conservative, I don't advise anything which will give you less than 3:1. You might find somebody advising like 1:1. Sometimes I find it very ridiculous where I see someone recommending stocks with opposite ratio. The risk is like 3 times and the reward is like 1 time. Okay, so everybody as per their own calculations, but I being a little conservative, I would not advise anyone to take trades less than 3:1. 2.75 tak bhi hai, to bhi still it's okay, but ideally try to see that your reward is at least 3 times your risk. And also document the trade. We have done so many things wherein we have seen what are the indicators, what are the trend lines, what are the supports, resistances, whether it is fitting your reward risk ratio and all that. तो वो आपका documentation करने के बाद देख लो कि वो documentation किया हुआ है पहले, first thing, and then second, see to it that you follow the what you have taken. अगर आपने stop loss decide किया है, ये मेरा stop loss है, then you take the stop loss when the price closes below that. Okay. And also, if you decided, yes, this is my target, then exit when the target comes. Many times I find that some of you, although knowing that this target has come, after the target is achieved, I don't know what stops some person, but the target, when the target is achieved, the trade is not cancelled or the trade is not squared up, and again the price comes back to the same level. So booking profit is also a part of your duty. याद रखो, तो पहला duty मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ कि first duty is protecting your capital protect करो, and second is also book some profits timely, time to time. जैसे मान लो आपने कुछ 1000 shares लिए और आपका एक 20% आ गया, 30% return आ गया, 40% return आ गया, so sell off at least some 10%, 15% of that stock and try booking those profits. You never know, the price comes down, you might be able to pick it up again also. And the classic which I tell you, अगर double हो गया, मान लो something, a stock like, for example, we was looking at stock like Renuka and so many other stocks like Jain Irrigation, where someone has bought here. Okay, मान लो यहाँ पर लिया है, and this was like, if you see that, yes, this was like a steep, sharp curve, and those of you who have done the level 2 also, where Bollinger Band and everything has been covered. तो यहाँ पे आप देखोगे, चलो, here you can still chase the price. Okay, so buying it at, let's say, 40 or let's say 18 and 19 rupees, and when it goes to 39 and 40, straight away sell off 50%. What will happen with that? Aapka original jo capital hai, that will be out, and what remains in the market is going to be only the profit element. Because if you do that, then see, you'll be saved of this anxiety and that frustration, saying, oh, I should have sold it over here, I should have sold it here. एक बार profit book किया, then that is good. And second thing, what I would tell you, okay, मान लो आपने profit book किया, उसके बाद price ऊपर भी जाती है. Don't be saddened by that कि मैंने बेच दिया और price ऊपर गया. Have some compassion for the other person जिसने आपके पास से खरीदा है. He is also a human being. He also wants to make profit. आपने profit किया, दूसरों को भी profit कर दे. Okay, so if the price goes up, be happy for the other person, because unless you give out something, you cannot receive. Okay, or this would also be one way of giving. But I'm not saying that make any technically wrong decisions. अगर आपका target आ गया तो exit करो. अगर आपका मान लो any exit criteria is being shown, then exit. So follow the technicals and then take those trades. So this was for the stocks which I told you, where you can book your profits periodically. थोड़ा थोड़ा profit book करो कि काफी बार price वापस नीचे भी आ जाती है. So we have done banking, we have done IT, we have done pharma, we have done auto, we have done FMCG. Also, okay, so these are the 5 sectors which we have done so far. one of the commonly talked stocks, which is Reliance. Let us see what can we analyze for Reliance, because a lot of people have got interest on what Reliance is doing and how we can analyze the Reliance stock. So Reliance का जैसे यहाँ पर एक breakout हुआ था, that was a good sign. But then after the breakout, the price is going up. Now there is a small time little breakdown here. Okay, तो ये छोटा सा breakdown है. So any price remaining below this would still be a little, you have to be a little cautious over here. Okay, because this was like a breakdown, and from here what? From 2,500 has come down to 2,450. So almost like 150 rupees down from the recent high. और यहाँ से अगर नीचे आता है, and if this trend is broken, then wait for the price to come at least above this, right? So if that would prove that the trend was still up. So काफी बार ऐसे हो सकता है कि आपने एक ट्रेंड लाइन देखा है, उसका ब्रेकआउट हुआ है, but if the trend itself changes, right, then it is better to exit from that trade, or if you are a positional trade, then book your profit. मान लो आपने यहाँ पर profit book किया है, looking at, let's say this is like a morning star, then there is a breakout, and you find that the price is here. So you can take something called help of the supports. यहाँ पर भी एक जैसे support है, तो एक supports का एक help ले लो, तो price remaining above the support would still be your stop loss, right? Because you don't want to lose out on the entire profit you have made. For example, when you made an entry over here, यहाँ पे अगर किसी ने entry किया 2,400 levels, then from here 2,400, 2,550, 150 rupees you made a profit. Now you are seeing that the profit has reduced, right? So it has come down by around 100 rupees. Now, if you want to protect your profit, बाकी का जो 150 बचा है, the profit was from what? 2,400 to 2,560. So 150 rupiah price was up, and then again it is like down by 75 rupees. You want to protect at least 50% of your profit, then you can do something called as trailing your stop loss. So trailing your stop loss would be decide a low of a trend, or ye low, this only becomes your trailing stop loss. So trail your stop loss from which was earlier over here to over here. So this much profit is at least booked. So trade what you see. If you find that the price is going down, exit. If you find that the price is going up, probably we can trail the stop loss to another higher low. जैसे ये एक low था, इसके बाद ये एक higher low था, और यहाँ पर I'm assuming that there's a low and the price goes up on Monday. Then from here, possibly this would be your next trading stop loss. So the same principle you can use in other stocks also. जहाँ पर थोड़ा सा correction हो गया, तो look out for what are the next level of the lows. Because काफी लोगों का शायद हो सकता है आपने इन्वेस्ट किया है और अभी प्राइस नीचे आ गई, and now you would like to either limit your losses or you would like to protect the profits which you have made. So for that reason, you have to follow this principle. I'll repeat here again for everyone, benefit of everyone. Look out for the lows. Okay, तो ये जैसे एक low है, I'm just looking at these lows. तो ये lows है. Look out for this low, this low. And if the price is coming over here and going up, then you trail your stop loss from first this level to this level, then this level, and then this level. Okay, so as and how it makes a higher lows, you can trail your stop loss to those levels. So that would be how you can protect your profits and also monitor your trade. Okay, so I hope this session was of use to you. You could have some idea about how the markets are doing. So as of now, the markets are almost like at a level field. From next week onwards, what happens, whether the markets actually pick up or whether the markets are coming down, will be seen from the price action. So there was this news about the US yield rates going up, and that's the reason there was a talk that the market is shifting the liquidity from the equity market to the bond markets. But if you see in the last so many years, this has always been like a temporary phenomenon where the markets have corrected for some extent. But wherever the yield rates have been increased, the markets from there have always gone up. So you can check it back test and see from the history that whenever the yield rates have increased from that point of time, they've been increased multiple times. So from there onwards, the market has not come down. The trend is up only. Okay, so with this, I will close today's session. If you like this, don't forget to give a thumbs up sign or the like symbol. You can also comment below this video how you liked it. And if you're not subscribed below, you can subscribe for this channel. And I'll see you one more time in in the next video. Thank you.